Welcome back for another episode of LPTV. I'm A. Viola.
And I'm Damaris Ramos. You may have heard that the iPhone 7 has a slightly different design from previous models. Mixed reviews surround the new iPhone and the features.
With no headphone jack, new colors, and waterproof seal, students and professionals have a lot to say. Here's Alex, Taylor, and Logan with the story.
With the new iPhone 7, we took a look at the different features and what some students had to say about it.
Yes, I've been waiting since the iPhone 6s came out to get the 7. I'm getting it the day it comes out on the 16th, before school in the morning. I'm excited because it has the new dual camera and the new color is really cool. It's like a shiny jet black, so that's a positive thing about it as well.
The Verizon store manager on West Broadway talked about how they had a lot of pre-orders and she expects it to be really busy.
The two cameras on the back, I like that they have more storage in it. I actually had to pay extra for the last iPhone that I bought for my son just because he needed 128 gigs, which is kind of nice now that it's, starts out with 64 and then the 128 and the 256. Last iPhone launch, we had probably about a 3-hour wait standing outside the door before we opened the doors. So, and I'm thinking with as busy as it's been with the pre-orders, that this one here is probably going to be 3, 4, 5-hour wait.
Even with the changes that not everyone is fond of, they still plan on updating to it soon.
And cons, obviously with the headphones being like wireless, that's kind of weird because you could lose them easily, but an upgrade's always fun.
Seems to be hitting the markets quite hard, just like my iPhone hit the ground. This is Logan Pruitt, Taylor Bever, and Alex Hewlett reporting for LPTV.
Thanks, guys. That was some great insight.
September 11th marked the 15-year remembrance of the terrorist attack.
The Council Bluffs community commemorated 9/11 by displaying the American flag across the football field.
With more details on how our community observed 9/11, here's Sydney and Hunter.
This 9/11 is the 15th year since the worst terrorist attack in U.S. history. We talked to students and teachers and got their thoughts on this tragic day.
We just turned on the TVs and we watched in the classes and talked about it, and I was in the little classroom where Miss Foster is now, and I remember that's what we kind of talked about the whole day, and I remember telling kids to remember it because this would be the defining memory of their generation, and probably mine too. So it was a somber day, but it was one that, I don't know, it was sort of remote. It took a long time to really sink in how big of a thing had really happened.
It's a big part of our history, so it's kind of crazy to think that it happened, like not long ago, but it happened a while ago.
Yeah. Even though students may not remember what happened, they are still told the story about that day.
My mom tells me a lot of the story of, we wanted to watch cartoons, we were sitting and eating breakfast, and my mom forced us to watch the news. I believe it was Good Morning America or something, and she was telling us how our dad was over in, he was at tech school, so he wasn't at home, he was with the Army learning how to survive in certain combat situations, and he was at risk of going over because of this event.
This is how Council Bluffs respects and honors 9/11 and all the lost lives on that tragic day. We had students and staff share what this event means to them.
As a RFC cadet, I get to interact with a lot of veterans, and I know a lot of personal people in my life became soldiers, and they're in the Marines or soldiers in the Army, or they're airmen or whatever. But those are the people I think about when that happens. I think about them and the sacrifices they make, and then that leads me to think about the sacrifices of all the other individuals that were in that tower, or just our history of war.
When you have like memorial things like that, you think of Pearl Harbor, and you think of how do we honor Pearl Harbor, and that was over 60 years ago, and you never forget, for sure. I think we do a really good job. It's only been 15 years and we do a good job of commemorating it nationally. Like this year it helped. It was on a Sunday with the first weekend in football, NFL football. So it was a very publicized event with all the national anthems and the flags that fit the whole field and the flyovers and stuff. And I think they do a great job of doing like the memorial service at the 9/11 site with senators and the vice presidents. I just think they do a really good job with the pageantry, and reading of the names is pretty cool. And
9/11 was a tragic event, and therefore we will never forget it. But we are still learning from this experience. This is Hunter Garretts with Sydney Reynolds reporting for LPTV.
Thank you, Sydney and Hunter. Fall sports are in the air, and we are all excited for the upcoming events.
Here's LPTV's sports team with cross country, volleyball, and football highlights.
AL took on crosstown rival TJ and looked to pick up a W on TJ's home floor. AL came out strong and took the early lead in the first set and kept that going, winning the first set with a score of 25-17. The second and third sets were a stretch of runs, but AL kept their composure and won every set, sweeping TJ on the road 3-0. With the help of Nick Perry and Kenneth Gray, I'm Caden Sprague, reporting for LPTV.
The AL boys and girls varsity and junior varsity cross-country team ran at IWCC on Saturday, September 10th. The girls ended up placing second on the day while the boys placed 7th. With the help of Kenny Gray, I'm Nick Perry signing off with LPTV.
AO was against crosstown rival TJ and was looking to win for the 10th straight year. But TJ said, "We're winning this year," and scored first, making the score 8-0. But AL responded back, making the score 7-8.
Lenny Herzog runs for the 59-yard touchdown and then makes it 14-8 AL. By halftime, the Lynx were up 27-11, with Jasper Stoudemire having 3 touchdowns in just the first half. Lenny Herzog comes in for another touchdown in the third quarter, putting the Lynx up 34-8. It's looking rough for the Jackets. But the Jackets tried to make a comeback, but fell short, with the final score being 41 AL, TJ 33.
With the help of the Lynx sports team, the sports entertainment class, and Randy Lau, I'm Kenneth Gray, reporting for LPTV.
Inspired by the Rio Summer Games, ALHS's Stuco decided to have an Olympic-themed homecoming. The dress-up days hit the mark.
Wednesday is Dress Like an Olympian Day, Thursday is Fake an Injury Day, and Friday is USA Day. So Thursday night is when we have our homecoming Olympics, and 10 teams are signed up, and they'll do a dance, and they will have different games and competitions, and then the final 3 teams will move on to that Friday pep rally for homecoming. We will also see our cheer and dance team perform, our band and ROTC. We'll also present our colors and our fight song. And it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have another crowd scavenger hunt and get everybody involved.
Senior Savannah Quinn waited until her last year as a Lynx to put a homecoming team together.
The ROTC decided to do a homecoming Olympics team this year. Our team name is ROTC Squad, and this most of it, we have the top 3 are seniors, and I'm really excited. The dance is going to look really cool.
Quinn says she's as excited for homecoming as ever.
Homecoming, some of the graduated kids come back and visit, and just like all the games and dress-up days always get me really excited. I love participating in them. I think especially for like freshmen, getting like dressed up and stuff is really fun, and I've been doing it since then, so I really enjoy everything that comes with homecoming.
Another part of the homecoming festivities is door decorating.
I'm gonna have to say so far my favorite is French. French flag, and it's partly because, one, it looks really good, and two, I got bread out of it.
ALHS spirit is running high. With the amazing doors, games, and energy, students hope homecoming will be a hit. Reporting for LPTV, I'm McKenna Murray.
Homecoming looks like it will be a blast. Thanks, McKenna.
Pac, Tank, Nugget, and Dapper Dan all called Midlands Humane Society home for now. These animals and many more are available for adoption.
Kaylee and Connor have the story on these adorable pets.
Pac and Tank are a bonded pair of senior male dogs.
You broke the ball. You broke it.
Pac is a laid-back boxer mix perfect for a cuddle buddy, while Tank is an energetic chihuahua. These two were surrendered by their owners due to financial reasons. Dapper Dan is a black domestic shorthair. He is assumed to be 1 to 2 years old and is a very curious, loving cat. He would make the perfect family cat. Nugget is a black domestic longhair. He was a little skittish at first, but he warmed up in no time and had a thing for tennis balls. All animals in Midlands Humane Society are vaccinated and fixed when they are brought in. If you ever have time, stop in for a visit. You may just find your future best friend. This is Connor Gargas with Kaylee Hartenhoff reporting for LPTV.
That's all for this show. Don't forget to look for our next episode.
From all the staff at LPTV, thanks for watching.